I'm Meg Mason, author of You Be Mother, and we're down here at the beautiful Wharf Workshops in Balmain East, where I was lucky enough to write most of the manuscript last year. The only thing that I need to get going in the morning is a piccolo from up the road, Bertoni's, and not to touch the internet before I get going, because as soon as you've popped the seal and looked at one website, you get sucked down that vortex. I chose the little desk down here because it just is such a beautiful environment that takes you away from all the sort of hustle and bustle of every day. And even though sharing space with lots of other people, you could sort of really get into your own zone, and you would hear the waves, and when it was raining really hard or a ferry went past, the whole building kind of rocks up and down. And I just think we're so lucky in Sydney to have little spots like this where we get to be creative. When I started thinking about my routine for writing, I suddenly realized that it's actually super controlling. And I think that it's because you know, as a working mother, you have so little time to mess about and, you know, get into what you're doing for the day, that I sort of had to develop this really quick routine to you know, switch my brain into that fiction space. So because I write for magazines during the day, I would sort of pivot my chair to write magazines this way, and then once I was writing fiction, I'd go this way. I think because I was so terrified to start writing a novel because it's such an intimidating project, I finally couldn't procrastinate anymore, and I set myself the task of writing the first draft in 100 days from start to finish, which involved 700 words a day, come what may. And I did it, which I was really surprised by, but I thought that in the end, I think it's an amazing way to get it done, and you just don't let yourself go back, you don't let yourself read over what you wrote yesterday, because it will always be horrible and it will always throw you off. So I recommend that to anybody who's really stuck in that first section of writing a novel. If you read You Be Mother, which I hope you will, you'll see that a lot of it is set down in Sydney Harbour, and now you know that I was lucky enough to write it semi-on location. And thank you so much for watching, and now I have to go and try and psych myself up to start the next novel.